was deliberately ignored. When that implementation was done, we reached out to government and asked, now that you are excluding us, is it a mistake or it was deliberate? Nobody answered us. We went on, federal government came and increased minimum wage to 70,000 naira. We followed up with the state government, with the office of the head of service from day one of that pronouncement till when the pronouncement of the approval was done. We had followed up at a very close range. But to our greatest shock, we were told that the head of service said he forgot to go along with our computed salary bill to His Excellency for approval. So that forced the union to go back and compute again with government representatives. They have not been. As of today, you don't hear the stories. The stories is initially said it was not taken to His Excellency. But as time goes on, the stories we begin to hear is that, are we even entitled to it? Were we part of the negotiation? All these kind of questions have been coming up. So our members have been excluded, deliberately excluded by the state government from the minimum wage. And our people are asking that, are they of different? If what they are doing does not really matter, then the state government should find a way of seeing how they will solve that problem. Because we believe we are giving our contribution to the growth and development of education in this state.
Okay, Secretary, the chairman talked about salary. Can you confirm to us how many months unpaid salary are we talking about, and how has that affected productivity of your members?
Well, on the issue of salaries, everything has been computed, as he rightly said, has been submitted. If you could recall, back then in 2020, during the strike, we had about 6 months of fractional salaries and about 3 to 4 months of non-payment of salaries. So far, like he rightly said, only 2 tranches of 500 million naira was given. The thing, this lack of payments, the truth is that we've worked for these sessions because there's no session that TSU will say that we skipped. We have not skipped any session since that time up to now. And the effect is that, the value of Naira has actually
reduced. We are facing double inflation.
Yes. So, and even right now, even if the money is still given, we are asking for the money. We are being patient. We are asking for it. If the money is given now,
it cannot buy
what it was supposed to buy back then. But at least this money should be given to members. Members have been coming to work. Some have been trekking to work from Jaro unit quarters to TSU to come and teach. So I see no reason why that money should still be kept or not be paid to them.
We learned that November salary was not paid. What can you confirm that, and what do you think could be the reason?
Well, as at up to the point of coming here, I've not received any salary for November 2024.
Okay. Yes, Chairman.
Yeah, as a follow-up on the salary of November,
yes,
we heard it authoritatively that the old salary, that is because before now, the state government used to give a subvention of 260 million, which is our salary. So as I talk to you now, the salary that was sent to Taraba State University was 260, meaning, which is a clear indication that we are not part of the new minimum wage adjustment. But however, upon the declaration of strike, before even government decides to call the union for some discussion, we are hearing it. This one is just is an unconfirmed rumor, but it looks like true. We are beginning to hear that the government has asked the university not to pay even that one, believing that if people get hungry, we will run cap in hand to come and bake. Just looking at making it look as if government has decided to weaponize hunger against our member. While on the other side, government will be calling to plead with the union to see how they can do it. It's just like you are owing somebody and you want to go and plead with him to give you more time, but in your hand you are holding a cutlass. So I wouldn't know whether that is actually pleading or it is a threat in disguise. That's just the situation we have found ourselves.
Some people are of the opinion that the salary structure of the university is not a minimum wage salary. What really is it an concurrent adjustment the union is looking for, or the union wants minimum wage to be implemented for its members?
All right. At any point in time, if salaries are increased, the National Salaries, Wages and Income Commission will always come out with an adjusted table for all platforms. Now, university staff, the academy will use what we call the CONOS, Consolidated University Salary Structure, and then the non-academics use what we call the CONTIS, and then so a few medical personnel use the CONHENS or CONMENS, depending on what they do. So, as at the time that minimum wage was adjusted to 30,000, there was a consequential adjustment that was done to the university salary table. After that, as a fallout of our strike of 2022, government, in their own wisdom, came up with what we call salary award, because it was not a product of negotiation. Government came up with salary award, where they said there is an increment in salary 25% and 35%. 25% for other lecturers, senior lecturers downwards, 35% for... We also wrote the state government and told them that we now have a new table for payment, which they did not even acknowledge that they have received our letter. And then upon the 70,000 naira salary minimum wage, another table was brought.
So that means there is two adjustments have been done.
Three. 30,000 naira adjustment has not been done.
Okay.
35% has not been done, and now the 70,000 naira minimum wage. 3 adjustments. None has been implemented for our members, for our hard-working members.
Okay, let's go to the issue of pension. From what the chairman said, pension is one of the demand of the union. Is it that there is no pension at all since the inception of the university, or there has been a form of pension? What really is the situation as far as pension is concerned, Secretary?
As far as pension is concerned, there is no any form, any arrangement for pension so far.
At all?
There's no pension, sir. No pension.
What has been happening to people who retire, people who...
Well, people who retire, it's still the union that still stands for them, because when we lose our members, we have some form of contributions to make. Even as we speak now, we have about 3 members who, of course, recently, we all know in the state, we lost 3 members within 48 hours. So that's another plus. We had not finished deducting for others that had already gone, and then plus this one. So we might have deductions till June. So it's still the union that kind of supports them, and then that's the families. So, and we don't receive anything from state government. On the part of the management, back then, it used to be 50,000, as far as I can recall, except just
50,000 for what?
Now,
death benefit.
For death benefit.
You mean 500,000?
50,000, not 500,000.
But now they have graciously increased it to 70,000 for a whooping 70,000 for burial facility.
If a lecturer died,
yes,
all he gets is
70,000. Out of that 70,000, you buy the casket. If it's a person that believes in using casket, you fuel the people, you feed every other person. You must ensure that you do everything within 70,000.
So after that 7,000, what happens?
The family return to faith and depend on God.
Nothing again.
Nothing.
No pension.
Nothing. No gratuity. Nothing. No even let me say farewell gift. No, nothing.
So what really is the union looking for? Is it contributory pension? Because we are aware that during the tenure of Amba Basunte, there was a law that was passed by the House of Assembly establishing a contributory pension scheme for the university.
Yeah.
What happens to that law?
You know, when you have government and they seem not to be serious in tackling challenges, they seem to be dressing the wound without actually finding a lasting solution. We will always be moving in cycles. In cycles, in the sense that every government will come, give me time, they will study it, they will do no action. So it has been like that from the time of His Excellency Alhaji Garba Umar till His Excellency Alhaji Dalladi Sani Aladi, till we got into His Excellency Architect Darius Dixon Ishaku in the 8 years he served, till now that we are in about 1.5 years of His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas. It has always been, nobody wants to face it doggedly. What we are asking for is a contributory pension scheme, which is the best practice globally everywhere. Why do we go for contributory pension? Because as it is, once you have a contribution, it opens up our university to the global world, especially across Nigeria. It means a professor from Lagos State University can decide to transfer his services here because you only need his PIN and then his pension will continue to run. A professor from any part of this globe will come because the pension is just requiring your PIN. But once we go to the one that is defined that at the end of your work, you go to the pension board and then you get calculated, people will not come. So it was based on that they said, okay, we should go for the contributory. But as I'm talking to you now, it has remained nothing but just mere discussion. We met with them. We were shocked when we met in the office of the head of service. We were told that the state government sent out team to some universities across Nigeria to actually find out. And they also went to PENCOM in Abuja. To our greatest shock, when they returned, they reported to us that what they found out that it was only Taraba State University that was not on pension in the whole of Nigeria.
Really?
Really, yes. They said, they told us this. The head of service also told us. The then permanent secretary of establishment also told us. And as at then, they told us that the pension gave them up to 31st July to ensure that we are enrolled into pension. They told us this.
31st July of
yes,
this year.
they went out and did this finding. 31st July of 2024. Here we are approaching another 31st July of 2025. How they will do that one, we wouldn't know. Maybe it will be what my friend fella will say, government magic. Maybe we'll be expecting some government magic to turn to ensure that July 31st, 2024 remains static while the other days keep running.
This pension, it appears as if other tertiary institutions in Taraba State have one form of pension or the other. Don't you think if that is also implemented for the university, that could serve, since there is no pension at all?
Well, I want to still what the chairperson has said. What the union is asking is a contributory pension.
I mean, you also want to contribute. Yes. You are not saying government should even bring all the money.
That is it. And I think
but Chairman has not talked about what happened to that law. Is it that the law was not passed, or is it that the law was not implemented?
You know, there are so many terminologies when it comes to issue of governance. Say it was not the what they meant by domesticated. We met some people that say it was not gazetted. We also don't know what it means by to be gazetted. You know, government will always have one terminology or the other that in order for them to justify why they have not been able to live up to expectation. So that law, as I talk to you, as it is now up to now, we still cannot know what has happened to it, because we have even had some discussion with some members of House of Assembly. They were even saying that we to write to them and then they will to it and then pass it as a bill. I was like, to write. And somebody even told us that the act of lawmaking, it takes up. But I want to tell the viewers to know that if government is interested in a particular bill, the bill can be read in the morning, in the afternoon, the second reading, by evening, the third reading, and then it is passed, and then by evening, it will be accented to by whoever the person is supposed to accent, and then by night, you see that it is implemented before the next morning. So we also know that if that is possible, what is taking this long that they cannot do the first, second, and third reading all in one day as they have done for other bills, and they still want us to be the ones that bills. So I'm finding it difficult why they on their own cannot initiate those bills. So these are just where we are. And we're just playing this service to the entire thing. After all, it is not, they are not the ones that are concerned about it. They are not worried. They are working either in different places, and then every politician in Nigeria now, they've been able to carve out pension for themselves. And when they leave office, they go with severance allowance. They live with other things. So this thing they call pension is alien to their ear. They don't understand it. They don't even know what that means. They don't even know what it is. So they're not, it is not one of those things that they're interested in.
Okay, viewers, if you are just joining us, this is today's politics, and I've been talking to both the chairman of the Academic Staff Union of the university and the secretary on the ongoing strike. We're going to take a short commercial break right now. When we come back, today's politics will continue. Please don't go away.
Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance, and commerce are at your fingertips 247. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. SUMTV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on SUMTV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from SUMTV.
Super Cab, safe, convenient, and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
are just joining us, you are tuning to SUMTV, coming to you live from Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. And what we have been discussing is the ongoing ASU strike, and we're trying to look at the matters arising. What are the issues? What are the demands of ASU? What are the things actually that prompt the academic staff union to embark on this strike, even when exam was ongoing? And that we have been speaking with the chairman of ASU in our state, Dr. Mbabe Joshua, and also the secretary of the union, and they have been bearing their mind on some of the issues. Remember that you can join this conversation. We'd like to know how you feel and what you feel about some of the things we are talking about. You can send us text message, you can send us WhatsApp message, and the number to send us those messages is on your screen. So feel free to send us your text message, feel free to send us WhatsApp message. Later on, we could open our lines for you to bear your mind on what we are talking about. Now, governing council.
Yes, sir.
Why is it difficult to set up governing council?
Actually, in a normal Nigerian parlance, I would say, if you ask me, now who I will ask? I don't know why it has become difficult.
Does it require some? Is that some requirement?
All the government needs to do is to name 3 people, 3 nominees, among which one of them will be chairman of governing council. Only.
That's all.
Because other members are statutory members that the law has provided.
Okay.
You will need a representative from Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
You will need a representative from Ministry of Justice. You will need a representative from Ministry of Education. You will need a representative from National Universities Commission. You will need 4 members from the Senate. You will need 2 members from the university congregation. And then you will need 1 person from the university alumni. So it means all the government needs is to identify 3 people, among which one of them will be the chairman. Then he appoints. And then the other machineries are in motion. That is all. They are not on a monthly salary, except for few stipends. They are not on a monthly salary. So why it has not been done remains surprising to us. Despite crying, it remains surprising to us. Somehow, you know, we have heard, not trying to castigate or criticize government. They own the school. Whatever they want to do that they feel is the best, they are the driver, so they will have a better understanding. They are taking their time. The last time we discussed with them, sometimes around March, they said that they want to give us the best. But I want to bet Nigerians and Tarabans that by the time these council members will be named, you will notice that these are people that we see every day. It was just like when Buhari took like 6 months to name his, 6 or 7 months to name his minister. And then at the end of the day, we now notice that these were all the people that were in Eagle Square on the day he was sworn in. So most likely this will not be different. So no matter how long they take, I don't understand the reason behind that. Our promotions are pending and we cannot get promoted, and it's already promotion areas have accrued. I know we have to go on strike sometimes to get our promotion areas paid. So it means even after this fight, there is another fight of promotion areas, except if government decides to pay. If not, it will not be, it will not be long. You will begin to hear TSU talking about promotion areas again.
Oh, what important is this council? Is it just some members? And why is ASU? Why is issue of, since it's the right of the government to constitute the governing council, but why is ASU insisting on council as one of their demands?
Yes, ASU is insisting on council as one of their demands because of a truth. You know, most times the notion that you have about ASU is that these were just problematic. But nobody wants any fight. That's the truth. Because at least the energy should be used for something different, not a fight. ASU is trying to prevent a future fight, let me put it that way. Because once the council is there, council is the one that is handling the responsibility of promoting staff in the university.
Okay.
Once council is not there, promotions may not be there. And I think it's getting to it's close to 2 years now that
there's no council.
There's no council on
ground. 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 years, almost 2 years.
Last year October promotion are still pending, and this year we're in December. Our promotions are always with the effect of 1st of October.
Okay.
So the absence of council, even the spending of the vice chancellor has a capping when there is no council on ground. Okay. So there is a limit to how much money he can spend, and there's a limit to his powers as a vice chancellor. So in the real sense of it, all this fight that we're doing, it was council. The council supposed to be the one doing this fight, because council is our employer and they are empowered by law to make laws that govern the university. So council,
but recently the state government established Ministry of Tertiary Institution, even appointed an acting commissioner,
a
supervising commissioner, and also appoint a supervising permanent secretary. Do you see that as a way forward?
Well, it's we wouldn't know the wisdom behind that. Probably tackle these issues. So I think the main thing, it's up to the government to know whether it's a good one or not. But all that ASU is saying is these things should be met. We don't know how they will be, but these are our issues.
I want you to comment on the new established
on the issue of the re-established, because it's not newly established.
Okay. It was there during
Darius. Yes. Honorable Edward Baraya was the then commissioner in charge of tertiary education. So I don't think it's a new creation, it's just a recreation. That goes to tell us about the policy somersault of government. Today they say we should go for 6334. Tomorrow they say no, it's 9 years, and so it's just that government. The truth is, it is not a ministry that solves the problem. It is the will of government to do that. Once the government have the will, even if there is no ministry, it will be solved. But however, government have wisdom. We cannot question their expertise. We cannot question their latitude in the way and manner they carry out things. They must have done a lot of background study and background check, and then came out with the conclusion that hopefully if a Ministry of Tertiary Institution is done, then the issue will be put to rest. However, but we feel that we just need a serious statement from the powers that be, and these things become things of the past. Because to us now, we think that creating a ministry for tertiary education, it means we have added one commissioner, so he will be entitled to the white jack, or to that jack for the old ministry running. They will be entitled to that Mikano for his official duties, and then there will be permanent secretary there, meaning we are beginning to add to the salary bill of the state, and then other things will be. So to us, we see that it is an avenue to add to the salary bill of the state. But if adding to the salary bill of the state is what will bring the solution, it's a welcome idea. Let it go. It's a welcome idea. But it's just that we feel that there are better ways of solving these issues. But however, we welcome the idea. Even if they decide to take us and put us under Ministry of Health or Ministry of Transport,
all you want is
or Ministry of Nowhere, provided our issues will be tackled to, and there will be somebody that we can talk to, we are home and dry.
Okay, let's talk about this academic allowance. Can you explain to our viewers what really is this academic allowance? Right. Chairman mentioned a few things, but I know that some of our viewers who don't know the university setting may want to understand this on an academic allowance.
All right. Earned academic allowance is, as the name implies, just an allowance for extra work being done by the academic staff. The extra work comes in due to the fact that when you check the student to staff ratio, there's actually there's supposed to be a ratio for every, depending on the program that the students are enrolled into. What happens is we have, even like right now, there are people that they were not even really ready to even come to school. But then with the slashing of these school fees, they are in school. So we have more students coming, and the number of staff is not really changing. The thing is, once you have an extra work to do, then you have to pay for that extra work. Now imagine if, like the chairman said, we have, let's say, 30 to 1 as per student to staff ratio, 30 to 1, and then you have like 300 students, for example.
270 extra.
Yes, extra. So that means
to mark, to assess.
Yes, and to have those 300 students, it means you must have 10 staff for that. And that's just for a course. Now let's look at the number of courses that students are taking and all that. So when you look at all these, and to a large extent, the end academic allowance is even helping to even cut down the cost for government. Because if you have to follow the law that we must have 30 to 1, then we should have more staff in the school. So that is end academic allowance. What you do extra. Because now look at just within how many years? Like this year, I think we have run about 2 sessions, which is an extra work, an extra load on the staff. So definitely, or that is the best explanation I can give for.
Okay, Chairman.
Yes.
You have been on strike for, I think, almost a week now.
Almost a week now.
What has been the engagement of government as far as this strike is? Has government been engaging you? Because we read on the media, immediately you went on strike, the special advisor to the governor on media and publicity, that is talking about Honorable Emmanuel Bello, and also the Commissioner of Information talking about Barrister Zainab Jalingo. They both issue a statement saying that the governor is committed to solving your need and ask you to come back to negotiation table. So have you returned to negotiation table with the government?
In all honesty and with all fairness to government, we have not seen the negotiation table. They only say we should come back to table, but we are still looking for the table. The only time we were called by government was on that Thursday, which is the 5th of December, when we declared the strike. The commissioner called that we need to see immediately. And it was just like 30 minutes notice. We were able to gather ourselves and we went to see her at the ministry, even though they have relocated to NUT, that's the teacher's house. We went there and we went there. We went there with high spirit that maybe most likely our issues will be given to. But we were shocked when we went there. What we received was a threat. And
what do you mean by threat?
Yeah, the threat is that somebody is owing you, and then he comes to your house with a cutlass, or he calls you to his house, and then he's asking you, I will pay you your money tomorrow. Please just give me this night of it tomorrow. But he's having a cutlass in his hand. You should know that that is not a plea. When we went to the commissioner gave us 2 options. She said that those options were the ones that government was willing to give us, and that we should be able to choose. The government is saying that whichever one we choose, they are okay with it. She said there are 2 options. Good. The first option was that we should suspend the strike and meet with the governor on Tuesday. Or we should continue with the strike and government would take its time, the whole time it has on this earth, before they will be able to attend to us. We asked her that, are these the 2 options? She said yes. And you say anyone we choose is okay by you? She said yes. We say we chose the second one.
Which one did you choose?
We chose, we'll continue with the strike, let government take their time. They should take their time. As it is now, government is taking its time.
So after that discussion, there was no any other discussion?
There is no any other serious discussion. Even though today, being Tuesday, we had a discussion, which I wouldn't want to say it here on press, because whatever the outcome of that report is for my members. I'm here to call a congress for members to be briefed. If members are briefed, you will get to hear the information. We had a meeting today with government, and they have also made some commitments, and we will get to the Congress tomorrow. We will present to our members those commitments, and then once the commitments are okay to our members may reconsider their stand. But as I'm talking to you now, I'm just an individual. I'm just leading them. It is what the Congress agree upon. That is what will be done. I'm not in any way insinuating that the strike will be suspended tomorrow. No. It's beyond me. It's beyond the powers of the ESCO. It's even beyond the powers of the Congress, because the National Executive Council are the only ones empowered at this moment.
So you have the backing of the National Executive Council to embark on this strike?
Yes, we have the backing of the National Executive Council. This strike was fully approved by the National Executive Council through the President, who was acting on behalf of the POs and ZCs, and then we also had it through the zonal coordinators, and then that is why we have to embark on it, because nothing has been done. If we had not gotten their backing by now, ASU would never want the name to be dragged to the mud. They would have come up with a press statement that what we are doing is an illegal strike. So whatever we are doing is we are in tune with national, and we feel that the state government should also be serious in their dealing with us by bringing concrete and tangible solution or offer. We have passed the era of I beg you please consider the student, consider what, because we are also, some of our members are also students in TSU. Some of them are running their masters, some of them are running their PhD in that TSU, and they are also affected. In fact, there are some that were billed to make their presentation on Friday, and we declared the strike on Thursday. So when people begin to talk like that, it's not as if we are not part and parcel of the pains or the problem. So we are also affected directly, because our members are also affected in the whole thing.
Secretary, is there any hope of the strike calling off very soon? Students want to know, because you are in the midst of exam, they want to know whether they should go back home for Christmas or they should stay. Do you have any word for them?
Well, I don't, like the chairman said, it's beyond our own powers. And logically, if I were them, I should be able to use my senses to calculate, because I don't, that's if I were them, because like the powers are not even, they are beyond the chairman, beyond the ESCO, even beyond the Congress, because the national has to check what are those things that were brought
to the table.
What have they done concerning these issues? So once they have seen what has been done and Congress says, okay, we can maybe take this offer and then return to work, then that is when national can even tell us to suspend. So we don't have the power to suspend. So for the students, it's just an unfortunate thing that, yes, we understand, and we also feel their own plight too, but they should also look at our own issues too, because it's not easy on our own part. Because we have younger ones that we pay their fees, university. Some of us still, and some have fees to cater for them, school fees and all that, and the money is not there for it to pay this money so that I can take care of my own kids, and it's not there. So for the students, I don't have any rights or anything to just. The main thing is it's just calculate. It's just use their heads. Whatever information they get, fine.
Okay, viewers, if you are just joining us, this is SUMTV. We're going to be looking at some of the messages you have sent, some of the comments you have made on this program right now, so that we will be able to, because it's an opportunity to give everybody a fair hearing. So we will be looking to some of the things you have written and some of the comments you have made, so that we can have a, in case you want to send a text message, the number was displayed earlier, so you can send us text message, you can send us WhatsApp message, and any platform you are watching us from. If you are watching us on decoder, the best for you is to send WhatsApp message, or but if you are watching us on Facebook, you can comment on the Facebook. If you are watching us on our app, you can comment on the app. Somebody said there is no willingness on the part of government to meet demand of ASU. That is from a number. Usually when you send a message, it is good that you indicate your name. There is Rix Palu, say ASU Academic Staff Union of the university. Ayuba Tesi say, wow, that's huge amounts of money. I think when she was hearing billions.
The billions, but the billion is not going to one person, so she should know.
Okay, the billion is for by the time you share it, it becomes thousands.
Some people will have 10,000, 15,000, and what have you.
Okay, Nawati Joseph said, it is well. Linus Uche said, all the deduction, both from state government, subvention, local government, and taxes, are they meant for Taraba State University alone or for all the tertiary institutions?
The law that established Taraba State University says all these deductions should be for Taraba State University, and the funding for other tertiary institutions is also enshrined in their law that established them.
This has nothing to do with ASU. This has to do with the law.
With the law.
That's what the law said.
That's what the law says. It's explicit. Law number 4 of Taraba State House of Assembly.
So some people have the opinion that if the state government felt the law is not working, why not go back to the National Assembly and maybe enact another law? Do you subscribe to that kind of assertion?
They are the owners of the law. But our thinking is that a man who has one wife, have 4 children, and then decides to marry 2 additional wives, and maybe the wives came in and gave birth to triplets or twins, he ought not to be reducing the chop money. Let me use it that way. He ought to be increasing the subvention for his house. So as it is now with the present economy, I guess it should be an upward review, not a downward review, if the state is really serious in education, as we are saying.
Okay, that means some of those money were meant for even infrastructure.
Yes, sir. That is why if you go into Taraba State University now, if you remove the Taraba State Senate building, you remove the library building, you remove the Ayo Research Japo, you remove the Sultan Saad Hall, any other building on that campus is financed through TED Fund.
Really?
Yes. You can go and do your studies. Any other building you see within the administrative cycle of university is financed by TED Fund. It is only the Senate, the library, Sultan Saad, and then the Ayo Research Japo building. Those 4 buildings, okay, and the college, the former faculty of agri, the hostel, by the university, that was built by Zenith building. Yeah. Okay. Zenith building that was built. That was a project by Zenith Bank at the inception of the university. So I think those were the ones that I will say. But any other one you see there, it is either inherited from College of Education or is done by TED Fund. And even the ones inherited from College of Education are also TED Fund projects.
Okay, let's see. Ayuba Tesi said those that men is it that mean that the state university is not included in the wages or watching from JOS? Okay, she's talking about the increment.
Yes.
Does that mean that the state university is not included in the wages or what?
Yes.
Yes, the university has not been included in the new minimum wage. Like we earlier said, the 30,000 minimum wage was done. Nothing was done for TSU. 25%, 35% salary award was done, which other universities are enjoying. Nothing was done for TSU. 70,000 minimum wage adjustment also was done, and TSU was deliberately excluded. So, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You want to join the conversation? Yes, let's hear you.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you. I'm a student with Taraba State University, final year student, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Seriously, following what the ASU chairman is saying online, I feel their pain. But in other hand, they should have considered the students, especially the final year students. The economic challenges we are facing today, sir, it is not easy for someone to leave your hometown and you come back because maybe one or two papers. The burden is too much on us. In any decision they are taking, I know that the fight between the ASU and the state government, we the students, we are the ones to carry the burden. But please, they should reconsider their decision and call of the strike to enable us finish our own papers, please. That is our only plea.
Okay, you want to finish and go and their demand is not met, or what do you? Is that what you're saying?
It's not like that. What I'm just trying to say is, we know that they are fighting for their rights.
Yes.
And on the other hand, they should consider of the students too. If the government cannot meet their demand now, I know it is going to be very hard for them to call off the strike. But looking at the student in the campus, okay, like some of us that were coming from a far distance place, how much is transportation from here to our hometown? Me in particular, from here to my own hometown, I'll pay not less than 25,000 naira.
Where's your hometown?
For me, Bang.
Okay.
I'm coming from Bang.
Okay. So let's hear what they will say in the studio. Secretary.
Yes. Yes, quite before.
Okay, he will hear you.
All right. Regarding what the students who just called said, the truth is that every year there will always be final year students. That was the truth. And we went on strike for our demands to be met. And the truth is that I think one way or the other, when such students begin to make these kind of statements, maybe we can remind them of some certain things. One, just this year alone, if this student will be honest with you, he started 300 level probably this year, January, and by now he's finishing. So if we were not considering, we would have said that we want to go the way normal university systems should run. And this rent that maybe some of them will be talking about, they will have paid this rent 2 years. They paid for 1 year. So they should also consider us because we are actually suffering. That's not the truth. So the truth is that, in fact, if the person will be honest enough, if he can call and be honest enough, there are some of his mates that he got admission together with in other universities that they have not even finished 300 level now, if he's honest enough. So I don't see, I'm not saying that I feel for them, I feel their pains too, but they should also consider us too. Because others within the state they have benefited from the new minimum wage, which is part of what we are asking for, and so many other issues. So, but the fact that we have been kept aside, I don't think is actually good. They should also
Chairman, students are saying consider them.
Yeah, students are saying we should consider them. And I don't want to sound as if we don't consider the students. But I want to ask the students some simple question. I don't want to use any of them as an example. I want to ask them now. I've been working in this university for 14 years now without a pension. My wife is unemployed. What happens if I die now? Have they considered what becomes of my children? Will my children have that opportunity to even go to school? So they should consider our colleagues that have died. What is befalling their children? Are their children at this moment able to go to school? They should consider that so that we don't just continue to fight and get to a point whereby all of us fight and then we all leave this world and we leave our family in disarray. So they should consider that too.
Okay, let's see. Bala Jonathan said, extremely genuine issue. Well done for clearing the air. So you see, I think the event has made a lot of people to know. So Nigerian wahala no go finish. That is politics for you. Look at the amount of money they are demanding. Fear God. ASU.
Yeah. We are not demanding. It is that they have not paid us from 2015 till date. We had
so we're talking about this thing is an accumulation.
It's an accumulation. We have an option to attend to only 30 people. We can go that way so that there should be no more accumulation. 30 people in a class, anything outside 30 we are not going to take. Maybe you mark the first 30 scripts and then you submit the result. And then those other ones, they find their way. Or you send them out. Maybe we go that way so that we will not demand this bogus amount of money as people assume.
Somebody sent a very long message on WhatsApp. He say, fellow student, as I stand here today, my heart bleeds for my colleague and me. The ASU strike has left us in limbo, our dream and future hanging by the threads. We are not just statistics of pain in a game, we are future of this generation. Many of us are struggling to make ends meet. Our parents sacrifice everything to give us an education, but the strike, I think we're going to post this on our, it's a very, it's a motivational message. Paul Daniel said, concerning the issue of death benefits and pension, same scenario is obtainable in all tertiary institutions owned by the state government. Lecturer at College of Education and State Polytechnic are still meant out with this manner. Are their governing council members for other tertiary institutions owned by the Taraba state government. TSU also can do better by allowing the student finish this exam. Chairman.
Yeah, he raised some issues, and what he fails to understand is that the workings of those other tertiary institutions are different from ours. Yeah, in other tertiary institutions, in the absence of their council, they take whatever promotion they have, they take it to the commissioner, and the ministry grants an approval. But our laws is explicit that it must be council. So, you know, when people say we should allow the students to finish their exams, once they finish their exams, it means this final year would have graduated. It means those that are in 300 level now would have been in 400 level. It means another final year would have been birthed. So final year will continue to be in and out. There cannot be an end to final year. Yes, there cannot be an end to final year. There will always be a final year student. Okay. So it's better we just look at the problems and then we keep our eyes away from.
But it's like other tertiary institutions have pension and gratuity.
They have pension and gratuity. So I know people that have worked. He might not be no, but I have people that have worked in College of Education. Upon their retirement, they go to the state pension board, and their pension and gratuity is being calculated. Somebody like me, my father is one. He retired from College of Education. As I talk to you today, he is enjoying his pension. Yeah. His gratuity is yet to be paid, but he has a pension that is running and is keeping him now.
Jesse said this is serious. So after retirement, no pension, and how will one survive? Those that mean lecturer. Okay, does that mean lecturer live from hand to mouth? Can you imagine? Nigeria, my country. So no pension. Can you still affirm that?
No pension. There is no pension. There is no pension. There is no pension. No gratuity. And there is no any set out motion, real motion that is geared towards solving that problem. No gratuity.
But some people are saying this is not KEFA's administration a problem. Yeah. If there are no pension, then it has been there. Why are you going on strike during?
It's true. This problem was not birthed during KEFA's. That is the truth. But he offered himself to salvage the state. These are one of the issues he should salvage. He offered himself. He has told us he can fix it with the 5 fingers promises. So this is just one of those things. And government, you should know, is continue. So it is. There will never be a day that you will finish solving everything and then hand over a clean slate governance to anybody. It's not done that way now. Every government will do.
Are saying that they were on strike, and when he was governor-elect, he made them to come back.
Yes,
is that true?
That is true. As at when the election was won and lost by the then by the present administration and the then administration of Darius after the election, we declared a strike because we never wanted to declare a strike before the election, lest it be perceived as a political thing. So after the election, we declared a strike, and His Excellency, the President Excellency, His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas, called our union to Abuja for a meeting. And he said he is not yet a governor. are the issues? We discussed the issues with him, and he said he has promised that within the first 100 days in office, he will tackle this issue. In fact, he gave us an example. He said, he that left military is still receiving his pension. How can somebody do a work and leave and without a pension? He said, that is not fair. He said, if we believe him and if we can trust him on his honor, we should go and suspend the strike. And as we came, that was the first time in my life that I knew in ASU strike that a strike was suspended without any written commitment. So often, when he came in, since he said on his honor, we should suspend. We came in April 2023, 10th April, and we suspended that strike. Our thinking was that before July, our members would have been home and dry. But it took us a threat to strike before he started paying us salary. Because when he came in, he did not pay us men's salary, even though the other backlog were before him. June fully was under his administration. We were not paid. July we were not paid. August we were not paid. So getting to September, that was when we started saying no, we will declare strike, but we don't understand this one, because our situation was beginning to look like a situation whereby a man who sold his dog and bought a monkey, meaning he has not yet the issue of jumping is still in his house by selling a dog to buy a monkey. So we were like, no, we will declare a strike. And then it was in that procedure before he called us, and then he decided to up the salary for the university from 120 to 260 million naira monthly, and then gave the money for the backlog starting from May to that September that we were not paid.
will be having their last thoughts and we'll be rounding up. You can still send your comments and we'll take it. Let's take a commercial break.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. SUMTV, your premier 24/7 destination for local and international entertainment, news and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on SUMTV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from SUMTV.
Supercab, safe, convenient and affordable 24/7 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
Thank you if you are just joining us. This is SUMTV coming to you live from Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. And we've been talking with the chairman of the Academic Staff Union of the university and the secretary. And we've come to almost the end of the program. So let's have your final thoughts, gentlemen. Let's start with Jam.
All right. At this moment, we want to call on government to put every machinery in motion. What we are asking for, there are things that are doable. Within 48 hours, if government is serious and sincere, we can get it. What are we saying? Constitution of council. That can be done by mayor pronouncing the 3 members that the government will want, and then the university will set the motion to arrange for the Senate, congregation and other people. And then on the issue of backlog of salary, it's just a commitment by government directing the Commission of Finance to release that amount of money to Taraba State University. They will pay us. They earn academic allowance, which is just a part-3 sum of 1.9 billion. The state government can actually get that money. All these things are doable within 48 hours. What is that in pension? It's just for us to bring out the table. Ordinary Excel can do the calculation of what everybody would have saved of his 15% from when he was engaged till date. And then we can go ahead.
Are you saying the backload of the pension should be calculated?
It should be calculated because we are not starting work now. Because if you start calculating from now going forward, you have shortened me 14 years out of this. So that is what we are saying. So you should calculate how much I should have earned by that time to this moment. You know, it is not the fault of our members not to have deducted that money. But we can always sit at the table and to find out how we can discuss the backlog to be paid. Even if it means paying by our members are willing and ever ready. We can always source a loan to pay back that part of our own. Government should bring their part and then let's put it and then get everybody's account credited at PENCOM. And before you know it, all these things can be done within 48 hours if government is serious. So we're only calling on government to be true to their situation, themselves. But the issue of promise, I'm not sure that our members are willing to take any promissory note. because we have given government enough time. They will always tell you they will do this one. They will not do. We have met with His Excellency Darius like 6 or 7 times throughout his regime. He will tell us he will do till he left. He has not done. And this one has told us the same. And that our members feel that it is a time, it is a wake-up call, most especially on the moment that, on the period that we lost 3 lecturers in 48 hours. And these are not just anyhow lecturers, they are senior lecturers in their own caliber. And it will not be easy. One of them is in chemical sciences, the other one is in biological sciences, the other one is in curriculum. They are not just people that are just, they are people that the state and personally they have also invested their time to make themselves better persons. So we wish the state government should be able to hit to our issues. The issues are very mean. They are not too much. They are not too much if the government is serious or desirous in trying to solve them.
Your final word.
Yeah, my final word is still going to be that the government should do the needful. Students should also try to understand with the union where we find ourselves, because it's not at the fault of the lecturers, because nobody will want to just start fighting, or we are not strike happy. Let me put it that way. We are not strike happy, but once every other means fails, we resort to it. That's just it. So the students should also understand. The government of the day should also do the needful. That's all.
Okay, thank you, viewers. Let me take Sunday David finally. He said, true. Waiting government do our lecturers no good. This is where we're going to be drawing the curtain for today's politics. Today's politics come up every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, where we try to hold the political office accountable for what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do. The ASU has called on the government. We also want to appeal to the government under His Excellency Governor Bukefas to look at the plight of the lecturers, particularly since this administration is taking the issue of education very, very serious. We commend the government for what they have done so far in education, and this matter also needs to be addressed so that students can continue the exam and the lecturer can also feel happy that they are working, particularly this issue of pension. Thank you so much. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain today. See you again next time when we shall bring you another edition of Today's Politics. I remain your regular host, Olayinka Gabriel. Bye for now.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News